This video introduces how to make machine program. Open the main navigation interface. Choose the first one, File Management. Then press OK. Check the serial number of the existing program. Open third option. Open Project File List Management. Then press OK. File name preceded by a serial number. The last serial number is now no 19. Create a new program again and set the serial number to 20. Press Cancel and we create a new program. After pressing Cancel, we open New. Select Menu via Up. Press OK to open the new menu. The file number is the file serial number just now, no 20. Enter the serial number 20. Numbers are entered directly, no switching is required. Product English name, you need to switch the keyboard. This is the input method identifier. Press this to switch between numbers, letters, and Chinese. See, it shows different. Let us assume that the product is P3.9E. Switch to uppercase letters. Then press letter P. Show P. Then switch to numbers. Click this to switch. Then enter the number. Now for P3, we need to enter the symbol. Needs to be switched to letters to enter. Press E and then the display will be. In the letter state, press E. Different input methods are shown here. Click this. P3.9E, we switch to numbers. Enter the number 91. Suppose you want to distinguish between assembling the bottom case or the mask. Then enter the code to distinguish. We use Chinese to distinguish them, you can name them yourself. This is a Chinese demo. Press up or down to select. After entering the file name, press OK. OK. This is the default parameter, let's check it. Check the parameters. After checking the parameters, we next set the coordinates of each screw hole. Red letters are default parameters. We don't need to worry about the coordinates of the screw feeder. The feeder is used for adsorption type screw machines and ours is an air-blowing type. There are these parameters in the follow-up menu. The machine is an air-blowing type. We don't need to set parameters for the R straight and 30 screw lengths. Pick up the screw and put the lengths of the screw. If not used, set the parameter tooling. This is used by an adsorption type screw machine. We use an air-blowing type so we don't use it. R and C spaces, set tooling. Item C and 3R speed, speed is set to 20. There is no problem with the parameters, press OK. Down, select the time. After selecting, press OK. Then there are parameters in it. The first parameter means total time to assemble each screw. Assembly screws. The total time we normally take to assemble one screw is about a second. Therefore, it takes more than a second to assemble a screw. If the actual time to assemble the screws is greater than the time set by the parameter, the machine will alarm. Therefore, the set parameter time is greater than the actual time. Usually the setting time is 1.5 seconds. We need to check the screw assembly status based on the actual situation. Normally this 1.5 seconds. Generally, the actual screw assembly time is 0.9 to 1.2 seconds. If the machine alarms, we need to check whether the batch rod or screws are worn. If the length of the screw is relatively long, it is a very long screw. It may take more than 2 seconds. For our conventional LED modules, the time does not exceed 8 seconds. When the machine alarms, check whether the screws and batch rods are worn. If the screw or screw is worn, the machine will issue a sleeping warning. If the screw is worn, it will take longer to assemble the screws. Screw wear alarm, a window will be displayed on the display. Second parameter. Extend the time after removing blowing the screws. Meaning, the extended time after the screw is blown out and passes through the sensor. The screw goes into the air tube and then blows. The sensor detects the screw and starts counting time. After sensing the screw for 0.1 seconds, start tightening the screw. The parameter of 0.1 seconds is the time after the screw is sensed. When the screw passes the sensor, the red light will flash. Normally, this parameter does not need to be modified. If the sensor is a long way from the workhead, it may need to be modified. Now 0.1 seconds is enough. Item 3. After assembling the screws, the delay time. After assembling the screws, there will be a pause and then leave. This pause time is to prevent the working head from pulling up the module, prevent the batch rod and screw from getting stuck together and remove the effect of this force. For conventional LED modules, a pause time of 0.03 seconds is enough. If the LED module is pulled upward, behave like this. Then increase this time some and check if there is any change. Or check whether there is clamping around the LED module. The third item means that after the screw is tightened, the pause time is extended because the rotational torque needs to be removed. Item 4 is a floating lock time. When we assemble screws normally, we don't use this function. In the depth mode, assuming a total time of 0.4 seconds is required to complete the screw assembly cycle, and because of other unusual problems, the machine alarms when only 0.2 seconds of time is used to complete the entire action. This is only used to detect when in depth mode. Assuming that the screw inside the working head is stuck and doesn't fall out, and another screw falls inside the working head when the working head is lowered. The normal time required is 0.4 seconds, while in actuality, the depth sensor light comes on within the 0.1 second time frame, and the machine assumes that a malfunction has occurred. 0 means no detection, blocking detection. The third one is check on completion. The first parameter checks whether the signal is on, 1 means on, 2 means off. Test and select E, turn on, alarm option, select R, turn on. The third parameter detects the signal, select E, torque detection. The first parameter is checked to see if the assembly screws are normal. The second parameter indicates whether the machine will alarm when slipping teeth or no screws occur. The third item is it a test for torque or depth. Detecting torque means that the working head stops when the parameter value for torque is reached. Detection depth, the working head stops when the depth sensor light is on. Next item menu. Detect the presence of screws on/off. Select R to enable detection. This sensor is used to detect whether the screw passes through the trachea. Assuming that 2 screws are always emitted, the sensor may be broken, or the sensitivity is poor and needs to be adjusted. If 3 screws still come out after adjusting the sensor may be broken. The next project parameter is the XY, the moving speed of the workhead. Usually X600, Y500, Z400. The next item parameter is the height at which the working head is lifted upwards during movement. When assembling the LED module chassis screws, in order to prevent the working head from collision, So it is necessary to lift the working head first 15mm height and then move to the next screw hole. It's the height at which the working head is lifted upwards. The second parameter is the height of the screw to be picked up. This is used for adsorption screw machines. Today explains how to make a program and an introduction to the default parameters of the program. Next time explain the making of each screw coordinate.